So will you please report out from closed session?
The board authorized me to reject the claim that's been made on the district and also voted to renew my contract.
Thank you. So with that, we'll move on to public hearings. Sacramento Federal Ozone Non-Attainment Area Redesignation Substitution Request for the 1979 one-hour ozone standard.
Hi, good morning, Chair Terry, members of the board. In just a moment, you're going to hear Rich Muzzy of my staff go ahead and talk to you about the 1979 one-hour ozone standard. Much like the discussion we had a month ago when we were talking about the plan for the 2008 standard, we are here with you today with good news. There are many standards out there. So I know one question I was asked a little bit earlier is, where does this put us? What we're here today to talk about is the 79 one-hour ozone standard. There are also a 97 8-hour standard we hope to be coming back to you in the near future on. There's a 2008 ozone standard, and soon there will be a 2015 ozone standard. But today, Rich is going to be talking to you about our great progress on the 79 standard and our request to formally redesignate to attainment for that standard.
Good morning, board members. As Mark mentioned, my name is Rich Muzzy. I'm an air quality planner in the program coordination division here at the Sacramento Metropolitan Air Quality Management District. I will be providing a brief overview of the Sacramento Federal Ozone Non-Attainment Area Redesignation Substitution Request for the 1979 one-hour ozone standard this morning. I will be referring to this as the RS request for short. I will be providing background information which led to the development of the RS request, the redesignation substitution requirements, the public review process, and the recommendation to the board of directors. The boundaries of the Sacramento Federal Ozone Non-Attainment Area consist of all of Sacramento and Yolo counties and portions of Placer, El Dorado, Solano, and Sutter counties. These boundaries have not changed since they were first established. This slide was also used by Mark last month and illustrates how ozone is not emitted directly as a pollutant, but is formed through a chemical reaction between nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compounds in the presence of sunlight and heat. There are many different sources of ozone, as this slide depicts. This slide shows the key dates and events that led to the development of the RS request. The 1 hour ozone standard was issued by the US EPA in 1979. In 1997, the US EPA approved the 1994 ozone attainment plan for the 1 hour ozone standard. In 2004, the US EPA revoked the 1979 1 hour ozone standard when a more stringent standard was established, the 1997 8 hour ozone standard. In 2012, the US EPA found the region to be in attainment for the 1979 1 hour ozone standard. This was based upon data from 2007 through 2009. And in March 2015, the US EPA formally established the requirements to how to comply with a revoked standard. This is known as a redesignation substitution request. And the RS request will go ahead and formally close out the requirements for the 1979 1 hour ozone standard that are currently in place. There are 3 requirements for a redesignation substitution request. For the first requirement, the area attained the standard based upon data from 2007 through 2009 and has remained in attainment ever since 2009. For the second requirement, ozone air quality trends show that concentrations have reduced in the Sacramento region as a result of the implementation of permanent and enforceable control strategies both at a local and state level. For the third requirement, long-term emissions trends show that emissions have decreased ever since 2009, both for nitrogen oxides and volatile organic compounds. This slide shows the emissions reductions from volatile organic compounds in the region from 2007 through 2028. This slide depicts the emissions reductions from nitrogen oxide emissions from those same years, 2007 through 2028. This is despite an increase in population and vehicle miles traveled in the region during this period. This public hearing is recommended to be held on behalf of all the air quality districts in the Sacramento Federal Ozone Non-Attainment Area. Public hearing notices were published by the districts either on their local website or in their local newspaper. And emails were sent out to about over 4,000 people announcing the hearing. The recommendation to the Board of Directors is to conduct the public hearing and approve the resolution that was included in your packet to adopt the Sacramento Regional 1979 1 hour ozone redesignation substitution plan. This will direct staff to complete the CEQA process and also to complete the approval process with the US EPA. I'd like to thank the partner agencies that helped in the development of the RS request, all the staff from the other air quality districts within the Sacramento region, El Dorado, Feather River, Placer County, and Yolo Solano, and also the California Air Resources Board and the EPA, and also staff at the district, the Program Coordination Division, and the Communications Office. With that, I'm here to answer any questions that you might have.
Okay. So first, we'll open the public hearing. Do we have any public comment on this side? Any questions for staff on this item? Director Frost?
I have a question. I'm really excited about this, but I wanted to make sure I understood a couple things. On slide number 5, a background, it talks about the final ruling on, I guess, changing the standard, but then it wasn't until 2015 that there was the opportunity, I guess, to submit for redesignation. And so in the resolution, it's talking about fees and how this will retire the fees. Did we have fees associated with that a category that we fell in over those 3 years? So they basically, we were paying for something that we could have been redesignated. That doesn't seem fair. Is that, am I understanding correctly that they changed the ruling, but they didn't give us a vehicle to change our status until 3 years later? Or
Go ahead, Mark.
do I understand that correctly?
So, Director Frost, it's a good question. The short answer is no, we did not charge any fees during that time. So the businesses were not subjected to the fees. What, without hopefully giving more details than you want, but hopefully giving you sufficient, is when you don't attain, there is a risk of 185 fees. And so our agency many years ago did adopt a rule to address 185 fees so that if they needed to be collected, those funds would come locally and not go at a national level. Because of where we were in attainment at the time, and because we knew we were in the process of doing a formal, waiting for EPA to establish the formal procedure to redesignate ourselves, we proceeded at the time and shared with the board at that time that we were not proceeding with passing on those fees to the sources.
Oh, okay.
So there were no fees charged to the sources during that time frame.
Okay, and then I'm just curious why 2009 was selected as the base year. That's probably a dumb question, but I'm not a scientist, so maybe you can.
Certainly, it certainly is not a dumb question at all. So the base year, for the purposes, and I'll let Rich correct me if I misspeak on this in a moment, but basically it's the final year that you've shown attainment, so then it's looking from that point forward to show that you are still going to remain in attainment. So I don't know if, go ahead.
Good. You need 3 years of clean data in order to go ahead and show attainment. So the first possible opportunity where we had 3 consecutive years of clean data where the air quality concentrations were below the standard was from 2007 through 2009. So those were the years that we used to go ahead and show attainment.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions for staff? Director Natoli?
Thanks. Just one question. Back in one of the exhibits on page E3, you show what the emissions, the VOCs were, tons per day, 2009, 2018, 23, and 28. I guess one thing that caught my attention is that you show a reduction for those that are associated with motorcycles. And then you show over the course of the next 10 years, actually a rise in the VOCs. Is if motorcycles are getting cleaner along with other engines, and I don't know, is there some trend that's going to show that we took a drop over 10 years and then we rise again? Because you show significant drops for automobiles, obviously trucks, and the things we're doing with engines. So why do motorcycles? Again, it's not a significant increase, but it dips down, projected next year, and then goes back up again over the next 10 years. Why is that?
I am not familiar with the specific requirements for motorcycles. I know in general, kind of the largest category of emissions reductions between 2007 to 2028 is kind of mobile source emissions.
Right.
That's both for NOx and VOCs. Regarding the specific uptick that you see in motorcycles, I'm not exactly sure. It could just be an increase they project in the number of motorcycles that are being used in the future.
Okay, because you show a drop of 0.6 from 09 through next year, I guess, and then a slight increase over the next 5, and then again, basically an increase. And again, it might be numbers. I just don't, our motorcycle sales going up that increase, and they're not getting cleaner.
Right. So we had to quickly scroll through to find the Appendix E3. I apologize for the delay on that. So what the appendices are showing are the projected inventories based on state information, including the projections from SACOG on vehicles miles traveled over a number of years. And so while there are newer standards for cars, and there's an expectation that there will be a higher percent of alternative vehicles in the four-wheel design, I don't think that there's as much of an expectation that you will see that type of change in the motorcycle inventory. And I'm being a little bit speculative here. And so as the population continues to increase and you will just have a pickup proportionally in motorcycles over that time, but without maybe necessarily as much of a decrease in the emissions associated with that individual category.
So the baby boomers will be 85 years old, still riding their old Harleys, and that's what we're
Exactly.
projecting, so, okay. All right, thanks. I know.
Any other questions for staff? Okay, hearing none, I will close the public hearing, and we need a motion on this, right?
Move the item.
I have a motion, and I have a second. Motion by Guerra, a second by Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. With that, do we have any discussion on the calendar? And I don't think we have any public comment. Board ideas or comments for us? Hearing none, we will stand adjourned.